Good morning, I'm Samriddhi Kesi and these are the headlines of the hour. Teachers raised doubts even after talks with Prime Minister and the Speaker vowed to continue the movement until the education bill is passed, strike scheduled from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. from today. Parliament faces pressure to pass laws ahead of budget session. Protesters take demands for education and civil bills from street to house. President Vladimir Putin announces unexpected and brief unilateral Easter truce in Russia's war on Ukraine. Zelensky insists the assault operations and artillery fire are ongoing. And Lucknow Super Giants egg out on a dramatic 2-run win over Rajasthan Royals in the ongoing Indian Premier League. Avesh Khan's last over heroic snatch a dramatic victory. Despite talks with the Prime Minister and the Speaker, teachers remain unconvinced and have decided to continue their protest. Since April 2nd, they have been demonstrating in Kathmandu daily from 12 to 3 p.m. and now plan to block the Maitighar-Baneshwar road from 9 a.m. today. Although the government has assured that the education bill will be passed in the budget session, the teachers insist they will not end their protest until the bill is actually passed. The teachers, through a statement, have urged everyone to participate in the protest starting from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
The Confederation of Nepalese Teachers held a 2.5-hour meeting with Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli on Friday night, presenting detailed demands. These included stability and pay for child development centers, school staff, former higher secondary, temporary and relief teachers, as well as grade matching, salary adjustments, and the issuance of an education bill. In response, Prime Minister Oli pledged to table and pass the bill during the budget session, expressing support for its swift approval after discussions with the ruling party and parliamentarians.
हामीले एकअर्काका पोजिसनहरु पनि क्लियर गर्यौं त्यो क्रममा उहाँले भन्नुभएको मुख्य कुरा ऐन छिटो भन्दा छिटो दिन म पनि चाहिरहेको छु तर केही अप्ठ्याराहरू छन् केही मिलिरहेको छैनन् भन्ने कुरा गर्नुभयो सत्ता सहयात्रीहरुसँग छलफल गर्छु संसदहरुमा छलफल गर्छु हामी भेटघाट गर्दै गरौँला संवाद गर्दै गरौँला म तपाईहरुका पक्षमा छु भनेर उहाँले कुरा राख्नुभयो र अन्त्यमा हामीले भन्यौं हामी अब धेरै पटक सहमति गर्यौं धेरै पटक कागजमा हस्ताक्षर गर्यौं यस पटक हामी हस्ताक्षर गरेर फर्किनेवाला छैनौं.
At 11:45 p.m. last night, a team from the Teachers Federation met Speaker Devraj Ghimire at his residence. During the hour-long discussion with Federation leaders, including President Lakshmi Kishore Subedi, Co-Chair Nanumaya Parajuli, General Secretary Tula Bahadur Thapa, and Deputy General Secretary Madan Raj Joshi, Speaker Ghimire committed to passing the school education bill within 2 days, provided the Education Committee finalizes and submits it by April 24th.
फास्ट ट्र्याकबाट अगाडि लैजानको लागि चाहिँ मेरो प्रयत्न रहनेछ. यसका लागि ऐन लिएरै जानुहोस् तर आन्दोलन पनि चलाउनुहोस् तर यो ढंगबाट अलिकति फरक ढंगले गइदिनुहोस् भन्ने विषयमा चाहिँ आग्रह गर्नु.
Even though discussions with the Prime Minister and the Speaker, teachers remain unconvinced that the education bill will be passed. As a result, they announced a protest in the Maitighar-Baneshwar area from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The teachers insist they will continue their agitation until the Education Act is officially passed, expressing a lack of trust in the assurances and commitments given so far.
The session of the Federal Parliament begins on April 25th, primarily focusing on budget preparation for the upcoming fiscal year. However, this session also faces pressure to finalize several pending bills. Teachers are demanding the immediate passage of the school education bill. Employees are pushing for the civil service bill, and other bills related to federalism must also be passed promptly. Given these demands, the government and Parliament cannot afford to delay addressing these critical issues.
Teachers from community schools nationwide are protesting, demanding the immediate enactment of the School Education Act, which the government has pledged to pass during the budget session. However, the bill still lacks consensus in the parliamentary committee. Meanwhile, government employees are threatening agitation to pressure the inclusion of the demands in the federal civil service bill. As a result, these two bills must be prioritized. Additionally, there are urgent calls to pass the police bill related to federalism and the bill concerning the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority. Before legislative work, the government must first discuss the principles and priorities of the upcoming budget, which should be presented on May 29, incorporating suggestions from the discussion. While the main focus of this session is the budget, it does not exempt legislative responsibilities. Ruling party leaders claim that, along with the regular tasks, many other important matters will also be addressed during this session.
संहिताका अनुसार जोडिएकै महत्त्वपूर्ण विधेयकहरू संघीय निजामती विधेयक, शिक्षा विधेयक अहिले राष्ट्रिय आन्दोलनको विषय पनि बनेको छ। त्यो विधेयकलाई हामीले सुरुमै राजसाफ गर्नुपर्ने छ। त्यसैगरी प्रहरीसँग दुईटै विधेयकहरू समितिमा गएको छ, त्यसलाई टुङ्ग्याउनु पर्छ। नागरिकता विधेयक छ, त्यसैगरी क्यानसँग दुईटा विधेयक लगायत अन्य महत्त्वपूर्ण कतिपय सरकारले तयारी गरेको छ। कतिपय राष्ट्रिय सभामा तयारी गरेर छलफल गरेर आउनेवाला छन्। त्यसकारण अबको अधिवेशनमा हामी बजेट अधिवेशन भनिए तापनि बजेटमा मात्रै होइन, योभन्दा अगाडि काम गर्न नसकेको भनेर प्रश्न उठेका विधेयकहरू जसलाई हामीले आगामी अधिवेशनबाट निष्कर्षमा पुर्याउनु पर्छ।
A total of 28 bills are pending in the federal parliament, 25 in the House of Representatives and 3 in the National Assembly. If these bills progress from committee, the parliament's legislative work will be substantial. However, there is doubt among parties about the session's effectiveness, as political and party activities often dominate parliamentary proceedings.
Parliament party को नियन्त्रणमा छ अनि पार्टी अमुक नेताको नियन्त्रणमा छ। त्यसो गर्दाखेरि हामीले संविधान कानुन विधि विधान भन्दा पनि व्यक्तिमा भर पर्ने कुरा भयो हैन, नेतृत्वमा भर पर्ने कुरा भयो। यद्यपि नेतृत्वमा भर पर्नु हुन्न भनेको होइन, तर नेतृत्व त त्यो खालको नेतृत्व हुनु पर्यो नि जसले संविधान कानुन नियम मान्ने र राष्ट्रको लागि आवश्यक कुराहरू गर्नलाई नरोक्ने नेतृत्व हुनु पर्यो नि। अनि त्यो नेतृत्वलाई ट्रस्ट गर्नु पनि एउटा बाध्यात्मक अवस्था। अनि नेतृत्व फेरि आफ्नै किसिमका मनोगत कुराहरूबाट, आफ्नै सीमितताबाट, आफ्नै प्रवृत्तिबाट ग्रसित हुने र त्यसरी संसद चाहिँ नि कता कता काम नगर्ने बनेको छ।
Issues like employee transfers, promotions and appointments have entered Parliament, overshadowing public concerns and the lawmaking agenda. However, this session must not be derailed by such matters. Experts say to address public dissatisfaction, lawmaking beyond regular budget work should be prioritized.
Top leaders of 3 political parties, including Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, met today to discuss creating a favorable environment to safeguard the current political system and constitution, emphasizing inclusiveness. At a meeting held in Balwatar yesterday, top leaders including Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba and Maoist Center Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal agreed that pro-Republican forces should unite to uphold the constitution and counter those creating social unrest. The discussion also covered the work of the Recommendation Committee for selecting office bearers of the 2 Transitional Justice Commissions as shared by Premier's Human Rights and Transitional Justice Advisor Agni Kharel. Minister for Internal Affairs Ramesh Lekhak and Advisor Kharel also attended the meeting. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.